I swear I've not been so I've not been so excited to make an episode. Though I'm so excited now. Like I'm really, really very excited. You can see me smiling. So I'm gonna share a walkthrough today with you. It's a real life story. I'm still smiling, but 2 days ago I was tense because I felt that was a life and death scenario. I have my phone or the other phone with me. So there's this ex of mine. We dated. I think that was 2019. We had a thing in 2019, and so I was really very close to her, and I met her entire family. Then I was secreting my softwares, and things were not as boxed up as it is right now. So we got chatting. We got very close. We got as far as when you don't too love, and when it's so uniform. So there was this point she came up with this nice material. We saw the uniform. We were like so close. She had her own shortcomings. I had my own shortcomings. I'm not somebody who will start backlashing her, insulting her, and telling you she's the worst person. But I mean, that was obviously why I stepped out. But then I won't go much into details. I know I also had my own shortcomings. So I called off the relationship, went in communicado, and I wasn't replying. And I just we're not gonna even relate. So then I used to be in Lagos. So she not told me she was in Lagos. If we could meet, I was not just into meeting her. So numerous times we would always want to she always want to talk about a meetup. Well, somewhere I was not just into it because we didn't really get to separate well. Like, no, I didn't confront her with the things I noticed. I'm not someone who knows how to talk. And at the end of the whole day, I feel stupid when I know you're doing something and I confront you and you're not trying to lie. You think they pay me. So me, I'll be person is happy first. Well. I don't want come to that position. So part of my anger management then is if someone does something and I figure out you're lying to me, I'll just if you're a staff, I will sack you. If you're an employee, you will stop working. If you're a friend, I'll avoid you. So I noticed what she was doing and it was really very annoying and I complained. She promised to find so separated. Called me in Lagos, I wasn't responding. So not until last year, her siblings I think I was quite close. I won't really say close, but I talked to her siblings faintly. They also reached out to me faintly, once message. Then there was this her immediate younger sister. Her immediate younger sister, back then while I was coming to see her, I would talk to her immediate younger sister. And we had this, when someone likes your elder sister, the person is coming like a suitor. So that was the kind of relationship we had then. And as a man, you would always want to talk to the whole family with respect. Part of that acceptance is being needed. And so, but the younger sister was always, against the way my ex then tells me things. Because I'm a good conversationalist. You won't get dull when you're with me. I know how to talk, and yet I know how to be quiet and know how to listen. So you're close to me, you would see yourself talking and telling me so many things, even more than you shouldn't be telling me. And you see me keeping you entertained. It's like a gift. So she would always see me and elder sister talk for long on phone, and she would always be like, "You're telling Dan too much," stuff like that. Okay, fine. So we proceeded. Then she told me something that I later discovered was shady because her both parents were pastors. So there was something I figured out that got me scared, and then I pulled that. So her younger sister always had a thing like against me, and while we're not together again, I didn't even bother. I didn't even call the reason. When you're no as a man, you're no longer interested in this woman. Like why you're forgetting about her, you forget about her family and anybody you knew through her, right? So that was an old face. But then when the younger ones reach out to me once in a while, I mean, even if it did not work well with their elder sister, they're not my enemies, right? So that has been very cool. We got talking not until this year. Her sister reached out to me once in a while. We get talking. Sometimes she helps me. There are numerous times she helps me run errands. Like I think the most notable one was when I bought an AirPod Max, and I think she has helped me run something again. I can't recall. But whenever she wants my assistance, I'm there when I can, not all the time. But I mean, obviously, there are a couple of times I've tried to be there, and she's also been very helpful, like with assistance and all that. So early this year, okay, last year my birthday, I didn't get a well wish from her. That was at the time I know we had a fight because I wanted her to run some errands. She didn't follow up on the errands. So my birthday came and my birthday passed. Then she called me like after my birthday and she was talking about how she wanted me to assist her on something, right? I think that was getting a phone or there about. So I mean, it wasn't money wasn't really the problem, but I was like, on my birthday, I didn't even hear from you. She said she was not on my birthday. She doesn't know of my birthday and all that. And I said, ain't you with your elder sister, which is my ex, because I know my ex was quite aware of my birthday and all that. She said she wasn't staying with her. We chatted and I said I would be of assistance. And I think after then, we didn't get to talk again. Not until this year. This year, I can't even remember where our chat started, but it was somewhere around after Happy New Year. We gisted a bit, we talked, and I think there was a point. Was it when she asked me for help or something? I can't really picture it, but I'll go through my chat because before then, I had this disappearing message, but before then, I was able to go through previous chats. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to attend to something. Okay, so that would be Wayne. I'm trying to recall. I'm trying to recall where I was when I even stopped. I was talking about okay this year after the new year we talked a bit. Okay, fine. Then there was an opening. I told her about coming over to Abuja because I booked like flights for like some of my staff, and I wanted some of my staff to come. One of them is even around. She was like, she's going to come around. I said, okay, no problem. When you come, you're going to go message errands, anything that needs to be done. You run errands and the whole thing. She said, fine. She was okay with it. Then I was supposed to forward her number to Emmanuel. Emmanuel was the first person to come. He's around right now. Or Nick or any of them. But then, oh man, the January I was too busy. I was busy figuring out myself. That was when I started up this dannyokec gist. I'll come online. I'll talk about my personal life. Like if you've been following up from the 1st of January, you know that early this year it's been a bit very hectic for me. So I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to start whenever I am settled, probably by ending of January. Okay. So when we spoke again, I told her it's not going to be possible right now, but ending of January, hopefully, you could come around. She said no problem. Then she told me about one thing she wanted to solve because she was in a bonus state. And I said, okay, no problem. I said I could be of assistance with this. Sorry, I wasn't able to respond to you last time. And then she sent me an account details. Okay, no, I first reached out to her. It was when she first reached out to me. I sent her the money first. Then she asked me about, the whole job. I said, Emmanuel is here, the whole staff, they're not settled. Whenever everybody's here, you can come around and run errands. Or you can even come and start till whenever everybody comes. And she said she was cool with it. She said she was currently in Ebony State. For her to start coming to Abuja, she has to wake up very early, or maybe when she gets to Enugu, she wants to take a flight. And I said, okay, that's very good, that's very fine. If you can get to Enugu, from Enugu you take a flight. So the following day, I think I should have most of this conversation. Yes, it should still be with me. I think up to where she sent me a screenshot of the flights that were available. I think I should have that on my phone. I'm not too clear because I have this disappearing mode setting on my private number, so sometimes it goes off. Well, I think if I check, I'll be able to see it, or there should be something that led to a conversation, maybe on iMessage, because she's on iMessage as well. So she said the flight she saw from Enugu was 103 or thereabout to talk. And then I checked and I said, okay, I'm already expecting a whole lot of people. Most flights have already been booked. I'm just going to reduce costs. I said, okay, you know what? Please, could you come with a bus? Because you're only going to be spending like a week here, and I'm trying to minimize costs. She said, okay, no problem. She couldn't move with the bus that day. Then she said the following day she's gonna go with the first bus. So the following day, I made a transfer to her, right, for her bus ticket, bus fare, ticket and all that. She said, okay, she's gonna be moving. She said the ticket and everything is gonna cost was it 22,000 or thereabout. I just gave her, a round figure up, and I said, okay, use this to get your bus ticket, get food, and at least when you get to Abuja, you should be able to like move down to where the whole staff and everybody is. She said, okay, no problem. I made a transfer to her. She uses Access Bank, and I use Access Bank as well, right? So I transferred from the company Access Bank to her Access Bank account. And when I made a transfer, normally access to access, it doesn't really how many minutes? How many minutes they talk of minutes? Seconds, because I have a company account, access company, a corporate account. It has no ATM. So whenever I want to make a transfer, I transfer from that company access account, which is that corporate account, to my personal account. Now within few seconds, immediately you just see the alert. So when I made the transfer for our transport, she said she couldn't find it that day, she couldn't see it. The money had not arrived. One thing. I said, this is weird, though. This is strange, oh. She said, she's the one asking me. Oh God, I just wish I had that thing on that phone, because I have a disappearing message on that phone. So it was set like that by default. I didn't even bother changing it again because I'm always receiving so many messages that Okay, I have most of the conversations there. That's very good. Okay. I have most of the this phone doesn't have disappearing mode. This other one I'm recording with has disappearing mode. Okay. So I was like, okay, fine. Um it wasn't making sense to me. It wasn't making sense. Access bank to access bank. I started to go to work, I don't go to disturb myself. So then that evening was when did this boy land? Okay, the boy landed before her, right? Cause the day she was supposed to come in, he had already moved in. Amy was already in Abuja self that period. So it was the following day she was now I'm coming. So she couldn't come that following day. It was not the upper day. I made a transfer. Made a transfer for her. She said she did not get it. It was Access Bank. She now sent me another bank account. I think that was it Polaris Bank? I think it was Polaris Bank. The whole transaction. If I go through my bank statement, I will see it. Polaris Bank. I said okay. Now I sent the first one access to access. She said she didn't see it. The second one was Polaris Bank. I said okay, no problem. I made the transfer. Why I made the transfer, then I was reaching out to my other staff because most of them are still supposed to come in. We're supposed to have this little project we're gonna be working on. So someone will need to be running errands. That is where she gets to stay. Then the other staff they just do their normal official work. So I'm getting to like reason. I said, okay, waiting this up, waiting they happen. Okay, no problem now. Are they? She said she confirmed that one. She attended the Polaris Bank. I said, fine. At least she got to see that one. But I was not even disturbed when she said she didn't see it. I said, if you did not see it, that means it's you that will lose. Or we'll look for someone that will be running all the errands, and the person will fill you in because already there are a lot of people to fill in that position. The position is never been a problem to fill. There's always someone to fill it. But since she's been coming now, okay, she wants to move. She wants to work. Come and work. This is a small vacancy. So I was not like, you just forget about it. Then she now said, oh, she wants to come. She wants to come. Oh, she has not seen me for ages. Oh, she wants to see what the work is going to be like. She's been in a bonus state for months. And I said, okay, no problem. So that was the second transaction I confirmed. To me, I was like, if the first one, if she ends up not coming, I'm not disturbed. Then I moved in. I brought in my staff close to me, so we had to recheck him where he was lodged, which is the first person who came in wasn't convenient. That one of the places that was more convenient to me, so we changed the logged, and then we logged him in a new place. That early morning, she said she had left, which was the day she received the money. That was like very. I think that transfer was done. That transfer was done 2 a.m. or was it 3 a.m. at night? I think it was while I was coding before I went to bed was when I made that transfer. So that early morning when she moved, she said she was at the park. I can't recall. Okay, she said she got there. It was past 6 o'clock, so she couldn't meet up with the first bus. That's what she said. I'm not forgetting that easily. She said she couldn't meet up with the first bus. She wants to use one other kind of bus, but I don't know how she explained it that she will have to go to Enugu, something like that. So okay, Enugu, she will have to go to Enugu was when she wanted to use flights. So she said she wanted to go from Ebonyi State to Enugu. Then from Enugu she can book her flight. So that month I think she was able to get a direct bus to Abuja. So it seems before you go to Abuja, you have to pass through Enugu or something like that. Because at the point we called, she said she was at Enugu. Why on the bus? Okay. So the bus was coming. She said she was at Enugu. That was around that kind 2 o'clock. I can remember precisely because that was when I was coding something. So I had created a method. The method that was giving me issues, I was able to fix that method up. So I can remember that was that kind past 2 o'clock was when she called. She said she was at Enugu now. I said okay, no problem. She said she's gonna be at Kogi in few hours. Then from Kogi, obviously Lokoja, from Lokoja, Lagos. I say Lagos, Abuja. So me, I already said okay, fine. If by 7 p.m. she should be at Lokoja, probably by 10, 11 p.m. she should be at Abuja. Now, as things may have it, she said the car went bad or thereabouts. Okay, she said the car was overheating. So as things may have it, she did not meet up to that time anymore. She stayed till that kind 11, no, that kind 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. She said she was at Kogi State heading to Lokoja. At that particular point, I said, okay, you're at Kogi State by 8 to 9 p.m. 8 to 9 p.m. It's quite very little. Like before you get to Lokoja, from Lokoja to Abuja, roughly you're looking at 11 p.m. 12 a.m. That is what I felt, right? 11 p.m. 12 a.m. I said, if this is the case, I'm just going to put my mind, I'm going to be seeing you by 11 p.m. So I went there. Sorry that if I'm skipping up a bit. I had some smoke not too long, and I'm feeling myself. So by what was that time again? Okay, by past 9 to 10 p.m. By past 9 to 10 p.m., I had headed straight for Otaku. Because Otaku is like close to Jabi, and so that is where those bus comes in. So I'm actually calculating because Abuja is safe, right? Abuja doesn't have security issues, yet still too. I know that. I mean, at night there is completely no security. Anything goes at night, so nobody is actually ready to kill themselves at night. So I was saying, okay, fine. If they're coming, like obviously I would never. I can't remember the last time I actually trekked at night. It's always on a car, but even at that car, you're always blazing speed. You cannot walk. You can't walk at night. Abuja roads are very lonely at night. Very very lonely. I don't know if anything happens around there, but I know it's quite lonely. And I think I just pictured myself there and I said, okay, let me go there. So let's just get there. I got there by that kind 10 p.m. past 10 p.m. I waited a bit, moved around a bit. I did not hear from them. I did not hear from her rather. She said her battery was even done. I forgot this. She said her battery was done. Her phone will soon go off. This was why she was on transit. She said her phone was done. Her phone will soon go off. I said, okay, no problem. If your phone is gonna go off, just off your phone. Then whenever you get to Abuja, you just let me know. I'll send anybody to come pick you up, and they'll pick you up from wherever you are. But then when I couldn't reach out to her, I said, okay, fine, 10, 11, I'm not doing anything. Let me just go. I went there and I did not hear from her. I left, was it like past 10 to 11 was when I started heading back home. Now I got back home. I can remember I got back home. I arrived here by 12 or even before. Okay, I think I stayed at clock 12. It was to 12. Let's say that kind 11:40 or 11:50 something was when I got back home. Not too long, 12 o'clock knocked. I was very, very worried. I couldn't even walk that night. So I started on my coding chair. I tried calling her number, switched off. I was really, really very, very worried. Like very, very worried. So I slept. I did not even sleep. I went to the room, I laid down on the bed. I couldn't sleep. I did try sleep. Every 30-45 minutes, I'm always checking my phone. Right? I'm always trying to see if I can recall, like if I can see any missed call, if like I can recall. I was confused. Like, I remember how confused I was that night. I was always checking, and that's how I don't really high small. So I had to check every few minutes to know if she has called. Every 1 hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, my phone is constantly checking. I did not see any call. By 6 o'clock now, there my body just Uko. I had to put it in Igbo. Like, I just lost strength. Uko Golo more. I had to put it. I got exhausted. I just slept. I slept and I woke up past 10. I woke up past 10. I checked my phone. I did not see any call, no missed call, no message from her. At this point in time, I knew she was supposed to land yesterday or maximum 11 p.m. at night or 12 a.m. that morning. But I'm not wondering how this is like 10 a.m. So let's assume she landed Abuja late. Her phone was done. 10 a.m. was enough time for her to be able to charge her phone. At least if I don't charge her phone somewhere, right? So what could be the issue? I started thinking so many things. Has she gotten into an accident? Because I know for sure, those people you see anytime when they travel, when they see so many buses compressed, people don't say one bus, everybody inside the bus die. Now human being did those bus, and those people they get who did they go see? You get people they tell them where she don't reach, where don't reach. They don't say the person don't die for road. Because I've seen lots of cases where you see so many people dead, their phones are ringing. Now human being they call them. So I was like, God, I beg you, maybe don't say this guy don't go get accidents. Maybe something don't come on happen. Where are they? My mind they beat. I say, God, if this guy can't die, I beg. Which kind of nonsense with this? I said the think. I took my phone. I'm happy. I think I screen recorded that one. I had it on screen record. I sent her a voice note and I say, God, I see, I'm worried though. You're supposed to land here by 11 p.m. or maybe 12 a.m. But this is how many o'clock? I've not yet heard from you. This is it. I'm shocked. I'm worried. I'm disturbed. I sent so many messages and I sent it to her. Guess what? After I sent it to her, within a few minutes, WhatsApp has one tick. One tick means it has sent from your end. The person has not received it. Two tick is the person has received it. Then if the two tick is blue, it means the person has received it and opened it. It tick 1 when I sent. Then after about how many minutes, it now ticked blue. Sorry, it now ticked 2. That simply means it has been delivered, but she has not opened it. I can't wonder waiting make she never open this. My mind can't fly. I see God. Oh. Then there is this trick I know how to do very well. If I'm sending somebody a message and I'm worried if the person has seen it, right? I will send a voice note. Because if you send somebody a message, what most people usually do is when you send them a message, they just hold their phone and preview. iPhone has this preview. You can preview a message if you don't want to open it. So they will preview the message. If the content is not sweet, they'll just ignore you. So I actually felt maybe since it has delivered, she must have previewed my message. So then I recorded the voice notes and sent it to her. The voice note, I still have it on my phone. I think I have to play that voice note. The voice note sounded something around. Ah, God, let me see if that voice note is there. So I hold on. Okay, this is my computer. So I was like, I'm scared though. Now I don't even know if they have kidnapped you. I am really worried. Hold on, let me look for that voice note. Ah, the first voice note is gone. Okay, the first voice note is gone. Let me see this here. Honestly, I don't even want to. I've lost so much weight in a day, and I've been very, very disorganized. I don't know what on earth make call me since morning. I don't know nothing. Okay, I don't know if maybe accident happened. I don't know if they kidnapped. I don't if you know. I don't think great negativity because I don't really see one positive thing will make. By this time, I never hear from you, and I don't even know what's in the happen. Right now, they very, very dead. Worst part is say your number ain't they go to. I don't know what I will call. I can't even go involve your family right now. I can't call your mom. I can't call your siblings. I don't even want to say because the moment I call any of them, the next question now, which business we and kids get enter out come see you. I know some carry they explain things. I don't even have screenshot of our chats. The show say okay fine, we discussed about this and she's coming. I don't even go involve myself. I don't go enter with her, I will want to explain every day. And yes, too, I'm still bothered. Because I don't know if you're okay. I don't just know what to do. I just want to leave her for
400 meters at the roundabout, take the second exit.
They continue. Enter one here for me. I take. Because I don't know who I want to call. I don't know as my time to carry big. What if I can go involve the whole family finish now? Because we see maybe you get who come Abuja come see or you get another friend or you go branch go see. I'll come make myself a fool. I'll come go cast myself. So I just quietly hope say maybe good reason day. Maybe you lost your phone. Maybe let's assume your phone is missing. I don't know how that would do, but more just imagine. That be the only thing now I fit will make. But even though I'm sure you get my Instagram handle or if you follow me, you can easily just use anybody's phone to find me on Instagram and send me a message. Or maybe call your siblings for them to give you my number so you can call me on phone. I mean, there are 1,001 ways you could reach out to me, even if your phone is stolen. Like I said,
in 600 meters, turn left onto Kusa Gisalo Crescent.
I never hear from you. I just carry my hand, hold my hat. Now, all body look like this. I say, may God help me, man, if you see you. Because right now, I don't even understand. And like, the more I'm not hearing from you, the more I'm having more panic attack. I'm very good. Now, after this particular voice note, this voice note was sent 6:33. So after 6:33, about how many minutes later? I saw a call. I saw a call from her. It was first a video call, then 2 voice notes. And the moment you can actually hear from the program I was driving because I was driving while making that voice note. The moment I landed, the first thing I did was to rush and I checked my phone. I said I've gotten 2 missed calls. My phone is usually on no disturb mode. Like I have this no disturb mode set, so whenever a call comes in, it just stops. Then I was on this no disturb mode. I saw like 3 missed calls. My mind jump. I don't even know when I just click the call, make the call back, and I called back video call. Like I clicked on video call. I called back video call. I was holding the phone anxiously. I was sitting not at the couch. I was sitting at the couch, and I held the phone. And there I was. My hand is shake. I don't just know. Let me tell you the truth. I had 2 things on my mind. The first thing I had on my mind was this is likely a case of probably accidents, right? Maybe she don't get accidents. I say, God, I beg help me. If no be case of accidents, I think won't be the case again. I want to say probably this might also be a case of kidnap. And why she picked the call, I can't hear something be like bush, right? Like see bush, did they make noise for bush? I'm not sure. You understand? I said they make noise for bush. And that was it. The call can't do connecting, can't feel. The only annoying thing now about this whole thing, which is something I will learn now, is to never use this appearing message again. Because this whole thing now I'm saying would have been making more sense if I can be showing you precisely things, right? Like when she gave me screenshot of flights that were available, like she did this screenshot where she showed me the flights that are available. The one from Enugu to Abuja was 103,000. I think it was one airline that I can't recall. When she gave me that screenshot, I looked and I understood something. That phone, the phone she's using, that phone, there was no SIM card in it, right? I'm a software developer now, so I know what I'm saying. Now this is my phone now. You will see MTN. You see MTN here. And sometimes, like I have this iPhone 14 Pro I was using, there was no SIM card in it. It was locked. It had this factory blah 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 lock. So you can't put another SIM card in it except the company. Now I was only able to use that phone on Wi-Fi. So if I'm on Wi-Fi, you're going to see no SIM and you will now see a Wi-Fi logo showing it's connected. Now when I looked at the picture she sent, there was no SIM card. It was showing no SIM, like it was actually indicating no SIM. I can't remember it precisely. And this is my phone. One thing about disappearing messages, it deletes both the media. If it doesn't delete the media, I will try and see if that flight she sent to me, if it's here. It should be here, it should be around there. Those flights she sent. I just hope I can see it. If I can see it, it will make sense. I would attach it to this what is it called again? To this video. I'm going through my phone now. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Because that thing showed her phone. There was no SIM card. It was just Wi-Fi. It was just Wi-Fi she was using. So I forgot that there was no SIM card. So now this no SIM card now actually played a role in letting me know what's up. So okay, I wish you can see the message here. Then she replied back. Okay, I now said, what is the ransom? Because I was hearing Hausa people at the background. I was hearing like this voice at the background, like some Hausa men there. Like I don't know what they're talking about. I just hear Hausa men and I just shout blood of Jesus. Even if I be 80s, they shout blood of Jesus once in a while. I said, blood of Jesus. It didn't happen so like this. So I was really, really scared. And that was when it was not showing reconnecting, like network issue, it went off. And I said, what is the ransom? I wish I had known. Like right now, it can't be like say if you get dealing with people, may just over they record everything with everybody they do. Because this kind of thing, I just imagine waiting. Don't worry, you have to see the end of the whole story. You understand what I'm saying? So I was not like Then I said $5,000. I have everything on screen record because it will see even clear. They say $5,000. I say yes, 5,000. They say $5,000. I said $5,000. Say it's too much. I can only send $200. I was just acting normally. When you negotiate with kidnappers, if they call 200 million, you don't start saying I can pay 100 million. No, you start with something like no, we don't have money now, 5 million. Then you get to see if this person is someone who is really, really broke as hell, or it's someone who really does it well. And then it's at that point you now start getting to understand if it's a real case of kidnap. Like a real case of kidnap, they'll even slap the person with the kidnap. For me, say they need come play. But if now a person kidnap himself, or if now a case where picking go carrying friends, they go they hide, say God, what's happening to my phone? My webcam is off. Oh, thanks, yeah, no. Oh, sorry. My webcam went off. I'm using my phone as a webcam. All these their messages, pop-up messages came up. Okay, yeah, thank you. So I said no, let me send 200. The person I said, I have the message here. I said, let me send 200. Why come on even they see? Let me the message be this. The message be this now. I'm trying to see how come I'm not seeing. How come I'm not seeing their own messages? Listen, now you be this. The only place I have the messages now is on my phone, and as luck may have it, I can record it. They unsend their message. Wait let me confirm first, because the message both where they said $5,000, I have everything here on my chat. But I'm trying to see if okay, if they did not delete it. Maybe it's my WhatsApp web. I can't see it on my WhatsApp web here. But on my phone I can see it. They even sent me a hand. My God. Now this is how my phone know my phone know the get things. Hi, this thing they very very painful. Oh, it won't make me cry. This will make me cry. Like there is this part she sent me. What was it called again? There's this part she sent me the flight tickets. There was no network on the phone, right? I said the flight ticket, how much the flight is, and the rest. There was no network on the phone. So since there was no network, I figured out that probably she was using an iPhone that has been locked. Right now, she's not sending me a ticket, a USDT wallet, which was the USDT wallet, this USDT wallet here. She sent me this USDT wallet and they said I should pay $5,000 there. I now zoomed out. I was now trying to check if it's a screenshot, and it's like someone is calling my phone. Oh. This gist now, I'm not gonna get this trying to talk this gist. I can't get is it what I smoked? I don't know, I'm not sure. It's not as if my mood is not fitting me to talk about the gist again. Time. I just finish up. You don't do what is sweet or bitter, you do what is needed. So today's gist is needed. Let me complete it before you guys will choke me raw. Okay, so the 5k does, and I said no, it's 200. So the person started trying to tap. Nah, I beg, if I get strength, I will come back with the gist. I like my gist being sweet and lively. So tomorrow. I'm going to pack all the screenshot, all the screen record, and I'll show you guys. For now, let me rest. It seems as if I'm in a dull mood. I'll update you guys about it tomorrow. So we're gonna call this. Today's on the 29th of January. By 30th of January, I'll give you guys the full gist.